Happy Friday. You know, Sunday is World Pasta Day, and what better way to celebrate than to bring on Chef Dario and Anita from Passion is Cooking. Good to see you two, this time, of course, virtually via Skype.
Usually it's in the studio.
I know. We'd love to have you in here. Yours is such a great story, too. Passion is Cooking. Can we talk about your first date?
It was not involved first passion, something else.
Well, it was interesting because that's what brought us to Passion is Cooking. You know, it was around Dario making a risotto for me, and it ended up turning into a passionate cook together night. And you know, we realized that food does really connect people, and that's why we love Cook Together to stay together for households or their international dinner club or corporate events.
And you came up with this idea of Passion is Cooking in a castle in Italy while you were falling in love.
Yeah, well, eventually we ended up going to Italy, and Dario was hired as a chef, a guest chef in a castle. And it was interesting. We had these couples from all over the world, and they were interested in what Dario did as a chef, of course. But as the evening went on, and a couple glasses of wine, it ended up being people were interested in what I did as well. So we realized, you know, we have something together. You know, it's about connecting. It's about changing that mindset in the kitchen. Having fun. It's not a chore making a meal and having a dinner. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's always fun having you on the show. Speaking of risotto, so you're here now to tell us how to do it.
We're doing pumpkin today.
We're doing pumpkin today, and we are going to do something that is traditional from the northern part of Italy, which is zucca or pumpkin. But we're going to bring the north and the southern part of Italy together. So we have this pasta called cavatelli, which is from the southern part of Italy. And the sauce we're going to use is made with pumpkin and amaretti. Amaretti are these biscotti, almond cookies. Then they're going to be crumbled into the sauce. And it's just absolutely phenomenal because it brings the sweetness and some of the spiciness of the dish all together with a pinch of nutmeg. This one is a simple recipe that you can make, I would say, after Halloween. When everybody has all this pumpkin after they've been carved.
Don't throw them out.
Don't throw them out. So what we have here, we basically already made the sauce. So what we do, we start with the sauce by cooking some onions, really sweating those onions. When those onions are sweat, we're going to have the squash. And the squash basically has some water content. And we want to release some of those beautiful juices and some of the sweetness of the squash. We sweat that squash. And when the squash is being sweated, okay, because it's important, then we add the liquid. And that is your option, because obviously nowadays we have people that are more concerned of strictly vegetarian or vegan for that matter. So when you see this recipe, we don't use no butter whatsoever, except unfortunately the cheese. Not unfortunately, fortunately. And just olive oil. So we put some vegetable stock or even water if you want it, but you want to make sure you do not put too much liquid in it, okay? Otherwise, you really lose all those flavors of the pumpkin. We cook them until the pumpkin is tender. We just, salt them and put a little bit of pepper and a pinch of nutmeg. So what we done with the nutmeg? The nutmeg is quickly toasted. I use fresh nutmeg, quickly toasted, and then grind it. And a little bit of rosemary, fresh rosemary, then give you a little bit of that fall pungency. And we're going to cook it until it's tender. Once it's tender, we quickly blitz it to a hand blender or a Vitamix, whatever you wish, okay? And we have this beautiful consistency sauce.
And there's really no cream in this dish, right?
No,
it's called Creamy Pumpkin Cavatelli, of course, the pasta, but you actually use the cheese for it, right?
Yeah, we don't want to use any cream here. So it's basically just the creaminess of the pumpkin that is being melted down, and then we finish with a traditional cheese here, which is called gorgonzola. This is a version of stinky cheese.
It's so good, though.
So we're going to start. We're going to work. So here we have the sauce. You see the consistency of the sauce is already creamy enough. So what we did, we cook already the cavatelli. So the cavatelli are basically boiled in salted boiling water. So we want to make sure the water is boiling first.
Yeah.
then we add the salt, okay? Not the other way around.
Okay.
Otherwise,
You know what, Dario? You've got until World Pasta Day on Sunday to finish it. Unfortunately, we're out of time. But, you know, and we'll get to the risotto tips, too, at CHCH.com, because we'll put all the links for Passion is Cooking. So great to see. Okay, so great to see you. Yes, Passion is Cooking. We'll link it all up at CHCH.com. Have a fantastic weekend.
Thank you, guys. Happy Pasta Day, everyone.